I have to tell my truth. I'm a teen mom. I had my first child at 14. I'm a grandmother now. I know I look young for that reason, but I also look young because I look young. I'm a survivor of a certain type of abuse that many men go through. And and I'm going to speak for the women who go through it as well, because it can happen a number of ways. But my ex-husband, my first ex-husband, manipulated the court system. He took my kids from me. I'm a survivor of parent alienation. Parent alienation is when you manipulate your children or manipulate the legal system, or both, to alienate the other parent. It's vicious. It's a form of abuse. In this case, it was spousal abuse. He conspired with the help of other family members to gain custody of my kids. They went out for the summer while we were working it out. He went out there afterwards. And when he filed for the divorce, he lied to the courts. I never got the documents. He sent it to an address where I didn't live, and he knew I wasn't there. Then his mom handed me later the paperwork. So of course, when I called down, the courts tell me I've missed all the dates to respond and I need an attorney. See, they were under the impression that I lived in that state. I didn't. And in the state where I was, I would have had automatic jurisdiction, because that's just how they did it back then. I spent decades trying to keep my nervous system right, wondering what happened to my kids, only to find out later that some of the worst things happened to them. Fast forward to today, one of those children are not here anymore because of substance use. Now, some people say anything could have taken her out, because that wasn't the primary, that was the trigger, but she was actually dealing with hepatocellular carcinoma from having used a style of birth control. You know, it's, I can't with the harm of young women and the lack of accountability in every system that's supposed to support us, especially the medical community, especially for Black women. No blame. I'm here today, and people can turn their lives around from, harm. But I was someone in fight or flight since infancy because of some bad practices. Please stop putting pillows and rolling up receiving blankets and putting it under the neck of your baby. Their necks aren't yet strong enough. As newborns, if they roll into a bad situation, they could suffocate, because their airflow is cut off. I used to have nightmares and horrible night terrors that I was going to suffocate and die if my neck fell that way. And later on, with the help of counselors, finding out that that was a memory, not a nightmare. To this day, I don't like to be hindered when I sleep. Fight or flight for young people who experience trauma is real, and that is something that easily happens in impoverished communities, and you wonder why we're so turned up. Psychologists know. Politicians should know. Medical doctors should know, yet we are constantly gaslit and put on display and further harmed through the starvation that happens when we don't have good food quality. And this government has been observing the 1600s, how people don't do well and reach for substances when they can't naturally regulate because they're malnutritioned and put under a lot of stress. Stop the crazy, or I will. Yeah, I think I know how. See, I was shaped and formed for this. Just so happened you did it to someone who has ancient DNA, as smart as fuck. So, deal with it. What happens next? So many people are working towards healing our people and understand these truths. But I think all Americans should understand what ultra-processed foods do. What all the aspartame and sucralose, corn syrup, soy, and any byproduct the body can't break down or destabilizes the ability to maintain neurotransmitters, or eating away at the brain, because it's not just malnutrition, it's also overworking of the brain. It's also attack with neurotoxins. Understand what unnatural sources of glucose and fructose do. Stop allowing yourself to be lied to. Go find the information. It's out there. I don't have to wage war. It's up to each American at this point to find the information, change your life, and believe better. As humanity, we can do that. These people don't teach us in school how to be better humans. They teach us how to control humans better, how to see us in finite ways and reset our expectations because they believe what they've done is dumbed us down. No, you've hindered our growth. You haven't dumbed us down. You can't. And you don't understand the human body or have value of human life. And for all of those people I'm speaking to, it's those who are in control, who have practiced to deceive, who've built webs of wickedness and lies to harm people, control them. Also, you can make more money and we can live for short periods of time and you don't have to pay us out for getting old. Anyone notice? Now we don't really have Social Security anymore. So in another 20 years, what am I supposed to do? I can't even earn enough to save. Y'all expect people to starve to save? This country is so messed up. And for all of you people who are complicit because it's not in your backyard, it is in the form of tax dollars going to nonprofits to fund smaller nonprofits to keep people where they are. Look at the receipts. Who are we helping in mass numbers with all the millions of dollars? We'd be better off just stabilizing homes, giving people adequate food, planting fruit trees and grapes and melons in public places. We could do that. For very little, people can eat. This is the world that reproduces seed-bearing food. We learned this in the Bible. Remember, someone's gonna come back and ask you, did you feed me? Did you clothe me? The winter months is not enough. Peace. Love. Bye.